Welcome back to the Break Free Podcast. I'm your host, Jonas.
I'm Jonas and Parker.
And today we got to go over a little bit of in-person events. We got to go over some AEW events. We got to go over some pay-per-view predictions for Full Gear. We got to talk about
is it on Saturday next week or Sunday?
Freaking.
Because if it's on
Saturday.
Okay, I was gonna say if it's Sunday, we could just do it next month.
No, it's Saturday. Well, we upload Monday anyways, so it's like. All right. But we got a little bit of an interesting little thing here. Parker was at Raw this past week, and I'm going to Dynamite this week in Boston, Agganis Arena. Nope, not by myself. Everybody else in my family's going.
Me too.
You could have gone if you asked Uncle Harry. Shout out Uncle Harry.
Uncle Harry.
Just saying this now, if you see a LeBron Jack or Donovan Dijakovic where it's LeBron, where it's called, what did we call it? What was it?
LeBron Jack?
Yeah, LeBron Jakovic, that's the better one. If you see LeBron Jakovic sign, that's me and Jaden. If you see something about Wrestling Podcast Rule, that's me. If you see something about Hook Was Right, that's me. I'm probably on TV. If I find a screenshot for next week, I will put it in for sure. But obviously we don't know right now because the thing hasn't happened. Everything good? Oh, okay. All right. But let's get into this. We got to talk about Raw, and we'll let Parker kind of take over this stuff. Let's talk about the start of the show. They announced that John Cena would be starting the show, but they technically lied because he didn't start the show. They brought the big nose freak Triple H into the middle of the ring and had him glaze him up and down the entire city after ruining his farewell tour. Just saying. Parker, go ahead, talk about the atmosphere when you heard that the bells, the trumpets, when you heard all that. What was it like?
Before, at shows, when you're watching at home, they show the little entrance. They did that at the show too. They kind of show that. And then, they're playing the music, the lights are going everywhere, and on the Titantron we can see what Jonas at home is seeing, as an example. And we see green lights go on, and we didn't hear the game song.
Because they didn't
hit the game. And then they hit a song, and we look, and I was like, it's Triple H! And my uncle was like, I didn't see him going to the ring. Nobody in our section
He snuck in during, the start, because you're all going to be looking at the screens.
But
that's definitely what happened.
Everybody was singing his song. That was awesome. I've seen Shawn Michaels and Triple H now.
I've seen Triple H. I haven't seen Shawn. I saw Triple H Road to 35 at retirement match, technically, with Batista.
Oh, nice.
That was the I'll give you what you want. But Batista wasn't there. Kind of sucks. But
yeah, Triple H was just talking about Cena, greatest of all time. He talked about Boston. They showed a little video, didn't they?
Dude, he was glazing so hard. And he's not even giving Boston the retirement match. To be honest, it's whatever, because looking at the prices, I would not have been going at all.
We were at nosebleeds and they were $300 each.
Yeah, and that's really bad. Like, you thought you were going to be close, didn't you? You thought you were going to be closer?
No.
I thought you said you were going to be close. But,
it wasn't a bad view, though.
Day of, they went down to 100 for where you were sitting. I know Jimmy was sitting over there. I know we always bring up Stash Club, but it's hard not to because they're in the same area.
Yeah.
I know Jimmy went. I know John went. John went day of. He paid $200 and he was right near the entrance. That was a banger of a seat. But no, obviously I'm gonna be jealous of these guys. There's no other way to put it. But it's not my fault. I don't have a stable income. I can't pay. I can't just have my parents drop $100 for me to go. You know what I mean?
So yeah, Triple H. We're just talking about Cena. I think they played a little video, right?
I don't think so. I remember
seeing a video. Oh, you know what? No, it was in the beginning. They showed Wes Newberry. They
did that whole thing.
Wes Newberry. But yeah, they were just showing, Wes Newberry. They were showing pictures around the state of Massachusetts because that's where Cena's from.
Yep.
And, Triple H introduced him, John Cena, and then it goes black, and everybody's already going nuts.
Crazy.
And then he comes out.
The lights go up. The Celtics green.
Loudest show I've ever seen. Also, Celtics have 18 banners, not to brag to anybody else.
That's crazy.
I could
people are saying give Cena a banner. That'd be actually sick. Because, dude, the amount of championships he's won there, he should have one. That'd be tough.
Well, yeah, so he comes out and he's talking. I don't really remember.
This is my favorite part. So he's talking about the Last Time Is Now tournament, which has the first round following night.
What he said?
Yeah, just 1 second.
Okay.
But my favorite part is he also talks about Saturday night's main event. Literally less than a month away, John Cena is retiring. This is crazy.
It's insane.
I'm being so serious. I was like, dude, I'm never seeing John Cena. Ever.
Well, I mean, you can
I'm
if
not
he
seeing-
becomes
no.
a surprise.
Never. He said never again he's wearing those jorts. He said never again he's wearing the bright colors. If he ever comes back, he's in a suit and tie.
Yeah, like he
That's
was like.
crazy. Like, actually insane. Like, it's so weird, bro. Because this is the guy that everybody's like, he'll always come back. He'll never retire. He's retiring. Like, I genuinely think he's fully retiring. I don't think he's going to do an Undertaker comeback for a Saudi match because he already declined. Did you see that?
No.
He said no to Saudi. They wanted him to do a match at the Rumble. Right? The Rumble? Yeah, he politely declined, which I know on the inside he was like, yeah, I'm not doing it. But my favorite part about this whole thing for Saturday night's main event is he announced that it'll be a night where they weren't lying. They are actually doing things that are right. They are making, hopefully, most of the matches NXT exhibitions. I need to see Ethan Page. I need to see Javon Evans if he somehow gets past Gunther. Oba. I need like Sol Ruka. I love like Tatum Paxley. Ricky Saints, you know what I mean? I think the
Blake.
champions would be cool. Yeah, anybody like that.
Ricky. Yeah, Ricky.
I mean, dude, they better not mess us up, bro. Like, we got to talk about some of these. I told you yesterday when we talked for a little bit when we were playing Minecraft about something that happened on SmackDown that just got me so fired up for one of the participants. But before we get too dragged away from this, we got to talk about the Intercontinental title match that was speculated throughout the entire day. John Cena versus Dominic Mysterio, who interrupted Cena's moment, taunting him, demanding attention. He then said that he could fight Cena because Cena's washed, basically. But then Cena said, "Why? How is he? When he's in Boston?"
Cena was feeling invincible
Because he's in his hometown. He was Super Cena on Monday. It was immediately I was like, "Don't tell me this is a Tommy Invincible thing." But then Tommy Invincible's talking about it. I was like, all right, there's no way it's a thing for him. If he shows up on Raw tomorrow, because Adam Pearce said that the person who is fighting Solo hasn't been said by a single soul on Twitter. He said that whoever is fighting Solo is totally unexpected and hasn't been rumored. If it's Joe Hendry, he's fully lying.
I'd honestly want to see. I would rather see Tommy Invincible than Joe Hendry.
That'd be so cool.
Just because Joe Hendry's officially signed now, I'll just bring this up now. Joe Hendry got signed by WWE.
He got signed on what, Thursday night or something?
Yeah, but
that's why
so,
people were so certain he was gonna fight LA Knight, but somebody else did. But Cena and Mysterio went 1-on-1 after Triple H made it official for the IC title. John Cena versus Dominic Mysterio will start the show. During the ad break, John Cena gets his introduction, which was then broken up by Dominic Mysterio taking the early attack. Cena had to come back with a back suplex into an attitude adjustment, 5-knuckle shuffle, all the moves of doom. Mysterio hit a 619, attempted the frog splash, but Cena rolled out, doing the Mark Henry spot, hit the attitude adjustment, and picked up the win. Cena wins the IC championship, becoming a Grand Slam champion in Boston, and he picks up the mic and he said, "Because of you, Boston, the champ is here." Oh, I just got chills saying that. I can't even lie. That was...
Two things. One...
You witnessed history.
Three things. One, I witnessed history. Two, when Cena was rolling him up, I was like, oh my god. All Harry said was, no! And then he didn't say anything the rest of the match.
Did he not?
Once he was rolling out. And then I was screaming like a girl. I was like, no way. And then he went, and then 1, 2, ah! And then the third thing, once Cena held it up on the turnbuckle, I was tearing up.
I mean, bro, it's crazy.
Dude, that was the loudest
Pop you'll ever hear. I mean, unless you go to a WrestleMania and there's some insane underdog story like Daniel Bryan at 30
or just
Cody
some
Rhodes,
crazy Undertaker
you're never hearing a pop like that ever again. Especially because it's an enclosed space and it just reverberated. You're never. The only pops louder than that are probably like CM Punk's returns, Edge's return, Undertaker stuff, Stone Cold.
My uncle was at
like
that. I told you about that, right?
Yeah, you told me that.
I was in Worcester.
All that type of stuff is insane.
Talking about backstage when he was being
Oh yeah,
congratulated.
backstage he did the Rey Mysterio spot where Rey talked to him. We had like Sheamus back there. Love that. Sheamus is such an underrated goat, and I don't know
What if he's his
why.
final match?
I would be a little disappointed because he's not a young guy. Same thing with Gunther. Gunther doesn't need it.
It's not gonna be Oba though.
Like I've even got Jaden to agree with this, and Jaden was saying Gunther for like the longest time. He's like, no, it's got to be Gunther. Gunther is so accomplished already. He doesn't need the John Cena win. He retired Goldberg. He won the World Heavyweight Championship. Yes, he lost to Jay, but still.
Yes, producer.
I would like to defend myself here. I don't think he should be in, but I think that it would make sense because they like him.
Okay, that wasn't needed, but okay. But yeah, I don't know. We all know who I want. I've been saying it for the past year since this guy really started to show himself out to me personally. Since he came to my main roster, I started diving into his other
I don't
stuff.
think it's gonna happen.
I don't think so either, but I'm praying for. Bro. Oh my god! I literally made a tweet about it. I was like, dude, if he goes all the way, I will, dude.
Still haven't name dropped it. Yet.
I gotta talk about it when it happens. But yeah, great opening segment. Sucked that I was at home, but it's fine. And then we got some more last time is now announcements. With also the matches with Rusev versus Damian Priest, where Rusev picked up the win. Sheamus versus Shinsuke, where Sheamus picked up the win.
By the way, the reason on TV, the reason the crowd sounded so dead during these matches, which it wasn't
I
really
mean,
dead.
dude, you just had Cena's whole
Exactly.
thing.
But
Same thing happened in Bound for Glory. Which, speaking of TNA, what are we doing, man?
let's get to the run after.
Like,
after Dynamite.
so dumb, bro.
After Dynamite, let's get there.
But yeah, basically decent matches for the tournament. I definitely like Sheamus and Shinsuke more than Rusev and Priest. They also announced Solo versus a mystery opponent. And what's the second one? Oh, Javon versus Gunther.
If it's Tommy Invincible, who else would they not? Nobody speculated. Mike Santana?
No, because he's doing stuff in TNA again. He's already back. Got leaked because they pre-recorded. Joe Hendry's been talked about a bunch, so unless they're just fully lying. You know what I mean? Like, obviously it can't be Matt Cardona, because...
Yeah.
Like, Nick Nemeth, but people have said Nick Nemeth. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's, like, kind of boring, because, like, we already had the TNA guy come in. AAA, I don't really want to see a AAA guy, to be honest, because they have, like, no history with John Cena at all. I get it, because it's like, oh my god, TNA or AAA. Vikingo would be cool, but, like, I just don't think that match would be that good, to be honest, because I don't know how that would go. But... Oh, we should probably... Once next week we'll check what we said for the bracket, remember? We were so off for like 97% of it. We also had the women's tag team championship match, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus Asuka and Kairi, the Kabuki Warriors, who pick up the win and win the tag team championships
2 title changes
with interference from Nia Jax and Lash Legend. An odd pairing as these two were feuding beginning of the year. But obviously we all know what happened with Metaphor and Mara Sade and all that. With, you know, main man Oro and all that stuff.
Where's Noam Dar?
He is probably backstage at Evolve. I have no clue. But Kabuki Warriors ended up picking up the win. I think it's like their third time holding those belts. But we also had, like I said, the debut of the team of Nia Jax and Lash Legend. After we saw Io and Rhea come out and they called out 4 War Games.
That pop was insane.
And Parker saw Rhea twice that night.
You want me to go over that now?
Yeah.
So, the parking garage near TD Garden, instead of going floor 1, 2, 3, 4, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going down, it's underground. We were the 4th down. And I'll talk about what I was talking about with Jonas after, once I get to the point. But me and my uncle it took so long to find our car, and we were also just stuck in a place for 10 minutes. Joe Hendry also dropped a new song, which ended up getting copyrighted.
So dumb.
So we were listening to that for like 10 minutes. So we ended up going up, and then we're literally the car before the meters where you pay. 3 cars pull in front. The first car, my uncle's like, "Is that Roxanne Perez?" As a joke. He's just like being an idiot. And I'm like, haha. The second car rolls by, who's also a short person, black hair, glasses. He's like, wait, that actually kind of does look like Roxanne Perez. And I said, yeah, it kind of does. Third person walks by, black cat.
Huh? Wait, sorry. Some CMLL luchador follows me on Instagram.
Oh, nice.
Just randomly.
Nice.
Wasn't expecting. Sorry.
Anyway, so the third car pulls out, and they're like, and my uncle's like, that looks like Rhea. So
know,
they go
because
to the.
That was so funny because you're like trying to play Guess Who with me. You're like, there's some.
My
girl-
phone died, and I no. Okay, hold on. Let me. So she goes to the lane to the right. You're looking. There's no lane to the left. It's straight or to the right. The last car, who is Rhea, pulls to the right, and we go up. And I roll down my window. My uncle's like, "Don't make it obvious, because if it's not Rhea, we're gonna look like creeps." So I roll down the window. I like scratch my neck and look, and I was like, "It's Rhea!" And my uncle's like, "Hey, hey!" And like she looked annoyed, and she was and she was talking to somebody on the phone. We bet it was Buddy, but the parking meter girl was freaking out because she watches wrestling apparently. But
Really, I couldn't tell.
what was I?
Dude, you realize that Rhea's like a pop culture person now? Like everybody knows who Rhea Ripley
Oh
is.
yeah. And the thing
Shout
that
out, shout out, Jonze.
my phone died, and we were an hour and a half
Oh
away
my
from
God.
home. So I couldn't text this kid, and I was
then-
like, he's not gonna believe
And
me.
then he calls me when he gets home. He's like, "Bro, I promise you, I promise you, I promise you." And I was like, "Nah, I believe you because this is too detailed of a story."
But I was talking to him like, I won't go too deep into it, but it was just I was learning about this thing in school. I was like you burn your toast in the morning. You
Oh,
take
yeah.
5 minutes to
Yeah,
make it again.
How the smallest things can lead to it. Like one day, me and Jaden were driving home from school. He picked me up, and we ended up getting lunch after.
He saw me get off the bus.
And I saw him get off the bus. So, like we
It's
said, if we didn't go to
fascinating.
lunch, which is a big amount of time, obviously, but if we left a second later, or maybe like 30 seconds later, you know what I mean? If we did any of that, if we took a different way home, we wouldn't have seen you, you know what I mean?
But yeah, like my uncle thought that me and my uncle were arguing the whole time because he thought it went 1, 2, 3, 4. I was like, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 because we went downstairs to go to the arena, then we went back up to go into we went upstairs to go into
All right, whatever.
But he was just like he was being an idiot. But
Oh.
it was just what?
Uncle Harry's not gonna lie to that.
But it was just because of how long it took us to find our car, and like that's the only reason we saw Rhea. We also saw Roxanne and Raquel. That was cool.
But yeah, so.
Oh, you didn't talk about the Cody thing. Cody.
Oh
Jay.
yeah, Cody, Jay, Jimmy, John Cena, something. I don't remember. It was like a bunch of people. It's
Jimmy-
like it's the Avengers versus the Vision, basically. In a war
Just
game.
to sum it up, Punk came out.
Yeah.
And then Logan interrupted him talking about cracking him or something.
Oh my god, that was so bad. Oh my god.
My uncle,
Dude, my dad.
my uncle looked at me and was like, what?
Jaden was confused for a second. I was like, "Cracked is the new lingo," and he starts laughing, and I see my dad chuckle a little bit, and I was like, "Oh god." And then Logan leans into it, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna crack him this many times." It was so dumb. That guy.
Cracked every week.
It was so dumb. I can't stand the guy. I'm praying to God that this is only a part-time thing for Vision for War Games. But obviously we don't know that yet.
Cody J and Punk were backstage. And they
Yeah,
were talking
that
about
was
here.
so dumb.
It was so that was funny.
Listen, no offense to my mom because we didn't know this, but our SmackDown did not have one champion on the entire show. We got a 5-minute Tiffany Stratton Jade Cargill squash match after. And we had Aleister Black beat R-Truth via ref stoppage. And then we had Penta versus freaking like Grayson Waller or something. Or no, it was Bronson Reed. And Penta's everything was messed up. They did not care about that show at all.
So-
And then they do this, and it's like $300 for where we sat. It was so dumb. At least Jimmy got to go through a good show.
So Jay, Punk, Cody were back. Why do we keep saying Jimmy?
Because Jimmy did something on SmackDown. I don't remember.
Jay, Cody, Punk were backstage, and with Pearson, they were. Pierce said, "Get ready for war," and Punk goes,
Regal!
"Regal," and then Regal comes out, "War Games!"
Yeah, you were. I know you popped.
Oh,
for
I was
that.
yelling, and then when Rhea said it, it was awesome.
Yeah, that's always so tough.
Oh, Nikki Bella turned heel also. My uncle kind of called it because she.
Well, I
came
mean,
out,
you
he's
guys
like,
got to
he's-
see her whole.
Yeah, and he also
freaking-
said
she didn't
had,
do the rip.
He's like, wait, why does she have 2 shirts on?
Yeah, she didn't do the rip either.
And he was like, huh, this is weird. Well, she wasn't competing, to be fair.
Well,
But
she
still.
always does. Though.
But like, he was like, oh shit, she got the title.
See,
And then
okay.
she hits it. Oh my god!
everybody was like, "Oh, Nikki's turning before this." Why?
Yeah,
like
it's
I
like-
didn't see
Like, it's
anything.
cool, but it doesn't
No,
story doesn't make it.
I didn't see any hints of it. I didn't see any hints of anything about her turning heel. People were saying she was just acting weird around Stephanie, but I thought that was just her acting weird because we all know she called her Stephanie Vaquero. So it could have just been that type of thing again. But I thought Raw was good. It was
You literally called it a mini pay-per-view.
It was a mini pay-per-view, to be honest. We had 2 title changes, a bunch of story stuff.
Great match.
Great matches for the most part.
I tried.
Okay, so we're only like a third of the way done with the podcast. You realize that? Okay.
Before this, I just want to say Oba returned on NXT.
Yeah, Ricky
they
and
kinda cut
Trick.
it off.
Ricky and Trick put on a banger where Trick almost took himself out because he went for like a spear type move through a barricade, and Ricky moved, and then he just smacked his head on a pole, and he started bleeding immediately. No reports have come out saying he's injured or anything, so I'm gonna hope he's not because Trick's probably getting called
People
up
on
soon.
Twitter have to be the stupidest people ever.
Why?
When Oba comes out, you know how he had the whole badass thing where he was like his shadow, and then he did this, and then it cut out. People are like, "Oh my god, NXT cut out early. What are they doing with production?" Shut up! They did that to make it look like Oba was cool, cause he is. Oba's the same. Oba's the same weight as everybody in the
SWC.
IWC.
We're talking about Stash Club.
That was weird. IWC, but he's muscle and you're slobs and Jake doesn't shower. Anyway.
Why is he catching a stray?
I'm sorry, Jake.
No, I'm pretty sure they did cut it, but it wasn't like as drastic as people were trying to make it seem. They were trying to make it as drastic as like the Goldberg retirement thing where it fully got cut off. This was like it maybe got cut off by like a half second.
It was still awesome.
Yeah. Did you see, dude, he's huge.
He's
huge. He doesn't even look like, I'm gonna be honest, he like didn't come out trying to look like the ruler. He literally looked like a street fighter. Like not like the game, but like he had like a tank top and just a bunch of wrist tape on. He looked like he would murder Ricky just there. Vic Joseph with a great call to end it. He was like, the ruler's back for just one more reign. It was just perfect. It was a little rushed, you could tell, because it was like Ricky wins.
The
1,
match
2,
went
3.
overtime.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Ricky stands up, and then Oba's music's hit. Wow, Vic is still talking about Ricky winning.
And Ricky's
ran
into the ring.
Oh my god! And Ricky's pouring blood from his mouth. It was a rough match. He speared Trick from the crowd to the announce table. That was pretty cool.
Blood and guts.
Now we gotta talk about Blood and Guts. You watched this, right?
Yep. I watched
Okay.
It was dude. I like the women's match better.
I did too. Women's Blood and Guts match. The show kicked off at the Greensboro Coliseum, which we already knew was going to be something good and not like what happened at Forbidden Door or WrestleDream. Where WrestleDream was like, oh, we can't have that much blood. We knew this place was going to have a lot of blood because, if you remember, just over a year ago, this is where Darby Allin did a big swanton through an entire glass pane.
Off that ladder?
Yep. Same arena. So immediately I was like, oh, it's gonna be bloody. And it was, because in the first 7 minutes, Sky Blue is pouring blood from her forehead, just raining down. She starts screaming, "This is my match!" Just pouring, dude. And it was, oh my god. From the start to the finish, she would get it to stop pouring, and then somebody would come over and open the wound back up, and she'd just start pouring again. But it was a great match. It took a while to start. I didn't realize how many people were actually in this. Because it was like 12. Yeah. And freaking War Games like 10. Which Blood and Guts is, oh my god. Blood and Guts over War Games by 1,000 miles.
Yeah.
We all know the rules. It's literally just War Games, but way better with a bunch of weapons. We had the babyface team of Chris Statlander, Tony Storm, Willow Nightingale, Mina Shirakawa, Jamie Hayter, and Harley Cameron versus the heels, Mercedes Moné, Megan Bayne, Marina Shafir, and the Triangle of Madness.
The Triangle of Madness.
Oh my god, it was so insane.
It was gory.
It started off Sky Blue versus Willie Nightingale. Like I said, Sky Blue gets busted open crazy just from getting pushed into the cage. And As the entrances continue, the heels gain the advantage with weapons, barbed wire bats, glass, chairs, tacks, all that type of stuff. The Triangle of Madness and Monet keep taking control. Tony Storm, this is like the ending of it. Tony Storm sees Mina Shirakawa in danger as she is in a submission from Marina Shafir and surrenders to save her, and the heel team picks up the win. Marina Shafir was a demon in this match.
Her entrance was awesome too.
She takes off like her protective like sock type thing on the bottom of her foot or something, and she stomps in the glass and she kicks Tony in the chest.
Oh yeah,
it was so sick. Marina then she also had the bed of nails from last year's Blood and Guts and used it on Chris. Just so many good spots. She chucked a mirror, not a literal mirror, but one that was
at Tony.
a practical mirror straight on Tony's face. Just insane.
Crazy.
We had so much stuff to cover. There's like too much to go over, but that's like the main stuff.
The heels won.
The heels win, and I think that was the right team to win.
Yeah.
The next match was added on like Collision, I think, or Dynamite, like last second. And it was Hangman Adam Page versus Powerhouse Hobbs, Falls Count Anywhere. And immediately I was like, it's going to be a quick match. I knew it was going to be quick because it was 2.5 hours. And the Blood and Guts match is like 1:15 each. So, like, it can go as long as they want. But I knew it was going to be fun. It was really good, though. They stayed in the ring for maybe 5 seconds. It was quite the opposite of AJ Styles and John Cena from the Royal Rumble. They stayed away from the ring as much as possible. Just crazy spots, fighting throughout the entire crowd. We had like, he was set him up for like a power bomb or something, or a Razor's Edge on the announce table, and then he flipped Powerhouse off with a back body drop, and he just bounces on his tailbone on the ringside. It was so painful. But there was a lot of nice spots in the crowd. And then Hangman took his boot off while Powerhouse was set up on the ledge, and he hits him with it, which it was a little corny because he had to go down the stairs. So he was like taking a while. He didn't really get a boost. But he hits him with the boot, and Powerhouse tumbles down, crashes through 2 tables, a production box, and boom! It was so funny. He almost missed. Did you see that? His head almost missed. It was close.
And also,
the production box fell on him.
Yeah, the production
but
box.
But obviously, it was light. It wasn't a full production box.
Because it wouldn't have.
Because it tipped really easy. Yeah. But it was a great match to kind of just fill in the space. You know, let them kind of clean out the mat because tax, glass, all that fun stuff. But I don't know. I thought it was really good. After the match, and it's going to be a banger of a match next week that I get to see in person. Samoa Joe, Shibata attempt to attack Adam Page inside the cage. Hook and Eddie Kingston help Adam escape from the hold of the Ops. Hangman issues a challenge to Joe for a steel cage match. Stipulation to be added to their upcoming pay-per-view championship match. Oh my god, that's going to be insane, bro. Steel cage pay-per-view match with Hangman and Samoa Joe for the World Championship. That's insane. We got our predictions coming up soon, so don't forget that. But they announced Hangman Adam Page versus Katsuyori Shibata in Boston next week. Gonna be great. Jaden popped because he gets to see Hangman. Still waiting for a Mox announcement because Jaden hasn't got to see Mox yet. And that's like his first favorite wrestler, I think, technically speaking. We then had the main events, which was the men's Blood and Guts match, where the Death Riders, Moxley, Castagnoli, Pac, Yuta, and Garcia fought the conglomeration in Darby Allin. We knew it was going to be crazy when we had Mox and Darby in the same match. And there wasn't a restriction on how much blood, like there was at WrestleDream. Darby and Cassidy pulling off some high-risk spots. We had jumping off the cage from Darby. Just vicious moves from the Death Riders. We had a couple of chains thrown in there to do chokeholds. And in the end, Kyle O'Reilly, the undisputed GOAT of this matchup, locks John Moxley in a heel hook, ankle lock, just throwing him in all these holds, like back-to-back, like genuinely not letting him get away. A beautiful technical sequence. And in the end, Mox taps out. Major upset for the Death Riders.
Kyle O'Reilly push.
I love KOR, bro. He's so good. If you look at the thumbnail of this video, you'll see what he looks like. This man was bleeding so much. There was a shot of him on the turnbuckle, and you see all of the blood like congealed on his face. It looks insane. So shout out Kyle O'Reilly. That guy's insane. And shout out Tony Khan because that show was great.
Give us money.
I think it was a good show. Parker hasn't watched Dynamite in a little bit, so some storylines were a little iffy, I know. But
I understood the men's storyline.
Yeah.
The women's not really.
There wasn't much of a storyline. It was just kind of they hated each other.
Yeah.
Now we got to go over to SmackDown, where the show opened with the women's War Games team of the faces coming out and talking to each other. Basically, Rhea and Io came out, and then they welcomed out Charlotte and Alexa. And wait, was it opposite? No, it was that way, right? Yeah, Charlotte and Alexa came out second.
Yeah.
Yes, because then Charlotte gets in the ring, and she's talking to Alexa, and she's talking about how she doesn't trust Rhea. She's a snake. Blah blah. We have history. You literally turned on like 80 people in your career. You are you are just manipulating.
What's the thing I was thinking of? I think they're gonna do the storyline where like they don't trust each other and eventually they're gonna like hug in the ring. Like Becky and Charlotte at War Games.
Yeah, but that sucks because it's the same thing every time.
Exactly.
So then Flair's like, I can't do it, Lexi, and she leaves. Which, good, because I don't want to see Charlotte Flair in a War Games, because all she does is do the moonsault off the top of the cage, and then she does a few chops. We then had match of the year contender, Jey Uso versus The Miz, in a first-round matchup in the Last Times Now tournament. I'm fully lying, by the way. This match sucked. Miz started off doing pretty good, but then Jey won.
Jey won.
Who cares? We then had my favorite part of every single Friday night, Ilya Dragunov's U.S. Open Challenge, where we get a backstage segment where he announces to DIY, who wanted the match once again, that being Tommaso Ciampa, and to Nick Aldis, that his challenger will be Axiom. Axiom and Ilya put on a banger, but I'm telling you this now, it's a little bit of a dry streak for Ilya, and it's not even his fault, because this match is still the best match on SmackDown. It's not the match of the week for me, and that's because of something else. But it's obviously really good. Axiom came super close to winning the title. He was going for his finisher, the Golden Ratio, but Ilya countered it with a Torpedo Moscow and then a rebound H-bomb to retain the U.S. title. And then we had another Last Time Is Now tournament matchup where LA Knight fought a mystery opponent who we all thought was going to be Joe Hendry, especially after being signed the night before. But it wasn't. And I'm going to be honest, I was really shocked. Yeah. It wasn't Matt Cardona. It was Zack Ryder that came out. He had radio. It was the heel one because it was the slow woos. Insane that Zack Ryder's there because he said for years that Zack Ryder's dead. But obviously not dead all the way because
he's talking about he said people were asking him on Twitter oh, you said Zack Ryder. He said resurrection.
Yeah, he wasn't gonna ruin. He said earlier in the year he wanted to fight Cena at some point. And I think it was just if you're gonna fight in this tournament at all, you have to be Zack Ryder. And if I'm Matt Cardona, I'm not turning that down. But it was a great matchup, a quick match though. But it was entertaining, I'd say. I was scared a little bit. Because Cardona hit the Rough Rider, which is technically the radio silence, but it's Rough Rider because he's Zack Ryder. But LA Knight did prevail and pick up the win, and will advance to fight Jey, right? Oh God, he's gonna lose to Jey. He's gonna lose to Jey. If LA Knight loses to Jey, I'm holding a moment of silence next week.
I'd rather have Javon beat Gunther.
I want Javon to win so bad. Also, did I tell you that I put one of our friends on to Javon versus Leon from BFG? No.
Wait, no.
T. Dot.
Oh, yeah, you did tell me.
Yeah, I told him about it. He was like, wait, these guys got aura. Jade Cargill squashes BFAB. Alright, next match. We then had in the main event Bronson Reed versus Cody Rhodes in a title match, which was then ended by interference from Drew McIntyre, who joins the Vision side in War Games. What is going on with this team, man? I mean, it's mainly good, but then we got Paul Heyman and Logan Paul.
I don't think Paul Heyman's a big issue.
Paul Heyman's just a weirdo. But Logan Paul. Get this.
If Seth never got injured and Drew joined,
That would be oh my god, it'd be perfect.
if Logan wasn't
Yeah, but we still
there,
have Brock Lesnar to join, and that's when I'm just turning off the TV.
I'd say Seth never got injured, they're still doing their thing on Raw, right?
Yeah.
Logan
Seth's
never,
still champion.
Seth's still champion, respectfully. Logan never joins. Drew joins. They end up, and then we end up figuring out, or not like figuring out, but they end up having like a talk, like a Mark Briscoe talk about how, like, just, getting over their differences, Drew and Seth.
Yeah.
And then they end up becoming the greatest faction to ever be. But that's not gonna happen because Triple H. I definitely was gonna say Triple H.
Yeah. But SmackDown was alright. SmackDown's in a rough position. Even though it is going to 3 hours. And I gotta talk about this because I texted you what I think needs to happen, and you agreed with me, right?
Pretty sure.
I sent Parker the tweet saying that SmackDown's going to 3 hours. And I had to say, they better fix up some of these storylines, though. MFTs need work, which they do. They suck right now. Impossible to watch. I'm being so serious. Somehow they killed the tag division, which they are fixing, because we have DIY versus Fraxium next week.
I don't know how you killed that tag division.
I don't know either. They stopped doing tag matches for like 8 weeks. It was so dumb. Ilya's doing great. Cody's doing okay. And Drew's doing okay. But Randy needs to come back. He's on vacation. Randy, come back.
He already came back from vacation. Just not on TV.
He needs to come back. But it is time for the most important part of the podcast.
Whoa.
And that is predictions time.
Jaden, I threw my marker at you earlier. Can you grab it, please? Yeah, can you grab the expo, please? Jaden! Grab my marker.
That you threw?
Yes.
You're getting a new marker.
No,
Just give me a marker. I don't care. I don't care. Good boy.
Alright. It is time for the full gear 2025 predictions. We don't have erasers, huh?
Did you get both match card?
No, I have a match card.
Stupid.
Alright, this is updated and fully good as of the 16th of November. Alright, we're going to start with... Do you want to do National Championship Casino Gauntlet? Just see for whatever, who wins. Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, I guess.
I don't have a guess, though. No, they haven't said anything.
Then no.
We have no clue who could be in
Then
it.
no.
Alright, then if we're fully tied, then we'll do it.
If we're fully tied,
Then we'll do it.
Okay.
Alright, $1 Million Trios matchup. Kenny Omega and Jurassic Express. That's the 0 hour.
Oh, you're right.
Kenny Omega and Jurassic Express versus Josh Alexander and the Young Bucks. Okay, I have an idea.
I just wrote yeah, you'll see.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Kenny Omega Jurassic
Omega Express.
I like that. I just put Kenny Omega.
Dude, I'm so excited to see. Can you erase this? Because I don't want to get on my gray hoodie.
Use your hand.
Oh, wait. You low-key. Your collar's blue. We then have Pac versus Darby Allin. And it's no stipulation, just one-on-one. Alright, I have mine.
Whoa, I just said...
Oh, wait. Let me make sure I'm documenting
I just had a stroke trying to write this guy's
okay, we both have... So we have... Let's just... okay, we'll put Kenny... I'll just put Team Kenny. Or Kenny Express.
Stripper Kenny.
Alright, so Kenny Express. And then... we said...
Both said Darby.
Darby.
I said Darby.
Okay. And we both have Darby times 2. Alright, and I'm just gonna put my stuff.
You got a hair on your board.
I'm just gonna write down my stuff.
Okay.
And then if it changes, obviously. Alright, next match. John Moxley versus Kyle O'Reilly. Not confirmed, but speculated.
I mean,
it probably will happen. And writing out the guy's full name.
Shit.
This one is kind of hard to predict. I can't lie.
I don't know. I'm
leaving a nice little message.
Alright, I got it.
Alright, 3, 2, 1.
Mox.
Kyle O'Reilly, Death Rider's turn.
Oh, you're probably right.
Because they didn't do it at Blood and Guts. And I think he's going to tap out again, and they're going to get mad. And they're going to go, nope, you're the weakest link. You're getting cut out. And they keep losing because of Mox. They lost Blood and Guts because of Mox. Okay. All right. But that's not even official yet. But hopefully it is, because
you're right.
I'm kind of... we have Bro Dito versus FTR for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. I don't think they have any scheduled matches, so I don't really know any. I don't know how they're looking going into this.
All right.
I can't think Bro Dito's last match. I mean, they ran. We didn't talk about it because it was kind of just like a useless spot to get everybody ready for the next match. But FTR attacked Ricky Steamboat, and then Bro Dito saved. It took really long.
Oh, I forgot.
It took really long.
Yeah.
It was alright. Ric Flair was supposed to be there, but he left because he was in pain from his rotator cuff or
I
something.
got mine.
I got mine too. 3, 2, 1.
FTR.
FTR. Yeah, I think so. I think it might lead to Edge and, Cope and Cage. Because I think they're going to get tag team championships, honestly. Kyle Fletcher, Mark Briscoe 6, no DQ. If Mark Briscoe loses, he joins the DC family, the Don Callis family.
Shit.
Also, if Kyle wins, he is the first champion, or TNT champion, to defend 9 times successfully. He will make history if he, retains.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Briscoe. I think so too. Briscoe. Watch this be the one time Briscoe loses, and I finally pick him. Well, actually no. I picked him versus Chris Jericho that one time.
FTR and don't forget to go FTR.
Oh, yeah. All right. Okay. Next matchup, we have Chris Statlander versus Mercedes Moné. It's the 3rd time they have fought.
I just want to point out Mercedes Moné won her 13th title. I saw that this morning.
And she's gonna win 14 technically. This Wednesday when she fights Red Velvet to unify the ROH Women's World and TV Championship.
I got my answer.
3, 2, 1. I've
Chris.
stat. Yeah, okay. Just because I want her to win. Like, Mercedes does not need a 15th title. If she somehow loses the Red Velvet, I'll be surprised. But technically, it's not 15th title, but we all know she's gonna hold it around still. Let's be honest. And finally, we have Hangman Adam Page versus Samoa Joe in a steel cage match for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Actually, it's not even heavyweight. I lied. Do I even? Yeah, okay. Hangman Adam Page for the both of us. So, if you guys care at all and want to,
real quick. Do you want to just do the gauntlet just in case?
Oh yeah, because if Mox.
Might as well.
Okay,
I mean,
so
I don't know who could.
let's pull up the roster.
AW, just the whole AW roster.
Did you forget that I have a touchscreen?
Wait, you have touchscreen?
Yeah, you just did it. You went like this.
What?
You didn't realize that? That's why this thing was kind of cheap.
Oh.
Well, it's still a good laptop for the most part.
That is a nice laptop.
All right.
There you go.
Oh God, I don't think champions can be in it. If Okada wins another title, I'm crashing. Okay.
I really hope he kind of does.
Adam Cole can't, obviously. Adam Copeland, there's no way.
Oh, I just thought of somebody and I didn't even see them on here.
Okay. Bryan Danielson, yep. Okay.
My guy, I think, I'm not positive, but I think he has a chance. Obviously, I picked Danhausen.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Ace
Mike
Austin.
Bailey.
But he's tag team guy.
So?
I don't know. I got Ace Austin. He's new. I feel like he'll be.
I feel like
kinda
he's
cool.
too new, though.
I don't know. Okay.
So, I'm just hoping Mox.
We're hoping Mox O'Reilly doesn't happen, yeah. All right, it is time for the best part of every podcast. It is time for my match of the week and Parker's Wrestler of the Week. I know what my match of the week is, and I've kind of... Oh, I didn't even talk about Carmelo. Carmelo needs to win the entire tournament. Okay. My match of the week is the Women's Blood and Guts match.
No surprise.
What?
Stop.
What?
You didn't draw.
No, I'm saying don't. You're right.
Oh. But the women's blood and guts match was better than the men's in my opinion because I don't know. I think it was just more simple. They just wanted to kill each other. It worked for the match. Death Riders and then the face team. Yeah, it worked too. I just think it's blood and guts. It was like, I think for Mox, it was honestly one of his lower tone like extreme matches. For him at least. Like he wasn't bleeding as much. But I'm gonna give my match of the week to the women's blood and guts, and I'll pass it over to Parker for the obvious wrestler of the week.
Zack Ryder.
John Cena? Like, what?
joking.
Who's your rest of the week?
Zack Ryder.
Okay. Is that genuinely your last?
No, it's John Cena.
Okay. We don't really have to elaborate, do we? I mean, it's John Cena. He became a Grand Slam champion in front of Marty's eyes. Thank you for watching. Continue supporting. Subscribe, like. Let us know if you want to see a Patreon, because that's easy content. That'll be fun. Watch the 2K videos. Watch the quizzes. Watch the games, everything. And we'll see you in the next one. That was awful.